Sanjay Uchiha here, people. Welcome to another episode review of Dragon Ball Super, where today we'll be covering episode 117 of the series. So be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and let's dive in. So this review of mine probably won't be long, due to the fact that I found the episode to be okay, honestly. I wouldn't say a lot happened in the episode, but I do know that, well, for a fact, I do know a lot of people will be rejoicing that Ribrianne is finally out of the tournament. But let's kind of dissect this thing. So, based on the title of this episode, obviously it's centered around the androids versus going up against Universe 2's Ribrianne and Rozie. And honestly, as I mentioned, it's an okay episode, definitely not as entertaining as last week, but it does bring up some pretty positive and key moments that really uplift the episode in terms of rating, but there are some other points that really make you question some previously established showings in the Tournament of Power, where power scaling is concerned, of course. But let's see. So the episode starts off, of course, Goku's out of stamina, again, apparently. And we get Piccolo and Gohan and Vegeta trying to go in to actually help defend him. But of course, the Universe 6 Namekians get in Gohan and Piccolo's way. And it's at this point that we kind of get into the main act of the episode with Androids 17 and 18 versus Ribrianne and Rozie. Now, honestly, the main takeaways I got from this episode, where I'd say really push it up in terms of ratings, is really and truly just due to the fact that we get some screen time for the other characters, primarily 17 and 18 in this episode, of course. Definitely refreshing, considering that it does feel like other members of the Universe 17 haven't had as much time to shine when you really compare them to Goku. So getting screen time to those other characters is a plus at this point in the tournament, and I hope it continues onwards, at least up until Goku goes up against Jiren again. So there's that. Definitely the characterization of 17 and 18 in this episode, definitely a plus. It's always refreshing to see anything regarding 17 and 18 and their current lives, especially when you compare it and contrast it with I guess previous showings of their character in the past, especially when you compare them to the Future Trunks timeline versions of themselves. Pretty good characterization there. It kind of helps you to, I guess, helps the audience actually warm up to their characters a bit more in terms of what they're fighting for. And it's really established in this episode with 18 herself that, hey, she's fighting for Krillin and her daughter, and just stressing the importance of it to Ribrianne, which is always a plus. One thing that was really annoying in this episode, and I haven't really mentioned it in my previous reviews, but the exposition, there's a lot of exposition. There's characters on the sidelines talking and talking and talking and kind of taking away from the action. That wasn't really present in this episode, but it was kind of present in the episode in the form of Krillin just keeps shouting out Android 18, Android 18, number 18. Yes, Krillin, we get it. We get it, bro. Like, just relax. Like, there will be scenes when 18 is just standing there and Krillin's like, 18, 18, and I'm like, okay, bro, we get it. We get it. So there's definitely that. That was definitely an annoyance for me watching the episode. Of course, getting the thing that with this episode that actually kind of breaks previous showings in terms of power scale in this tournament is the fact that 18 actually beat Ribrianne. And it's not really a problem per se, but if 18 could beat Ribrianne, that's simply and true, even in its new powered up state she was in this episode, it's simply saying to me that most of the times that Goku and Vegeta have been going up against Ribrianne in the previous showings in this tournament have been a complete waste of time. Like, it's not even funny, like, it's ridiculous. But I'm not gonna stress on that too much. You can kind of deduce what I'm saying from there. that in fact doesn't really bring down this episode, but it just bring down the previous episodes, which may bring down the overall, I guess, arc as a whole. But it's just still something to note. Definitely in terms of the choreography and previous established characterization and history where 17-18 is concerned, just seeing them work together in this fight, their teamwork is on display in this fight. Given the fight isn't all of that, I'd say it's still it's okay, but really 17 and 18's teamwork in this episode is what really sells the fight for me. And I would suspect it really and truly that's what sells the fight for, I guess, anybody else that may be watching this episode of Super. So there's definitely that. One thing that should be noted this week, of course, Vegeta trying to unlock Ultra Instinct. I don't know why Vegeta thought just closing his eyes would work. It was kind of stupid, honestly. I wouldn't really want to say out of character he's trying, but it's you'd think Vegeta would know better than that. Of course, Zenos this week is there are key moments in this episode that make it a bit, I guess you get a chuckle out of it. And Zeno was definitely one of those moments this week with him kind of imitating Rosie's get China fist technique. So there's definitely that. Overall, the art was pretty consistent throughout. So there was that. The animation was okay, I suppose. Well, yeah, the animation was okay to a good. Art was pretty consistent throughout. I can't complain about that. As I said, towards the end, we do have 17 and 18 working together, and 18 actually ringing out Ribrianne, and 17 ringing out Rozie. So yeah, there's that. The episode does end with essentially Supreme Kai. Yeah, Supreme Kai's another like funny moment in this episode. It's like, Supreme Kai, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? But overall, it's a okay episode. Progress was made, and we got some interesting and exciting, I guess, decent screen time to other characters apart from Goku. Interesting teamwork and dynamic between 17 and 18. 1 and 2 humorous moments from Zeno, Supreme Kai, here and there. Of course, there are the power scaling issues that kind of bring down previous established episodes in this arc. But this doesn't really count against this episode. So yeah, there is definitely that. If I'm missing anything, we can always discuss it in the comment section. But overall, not a bad episode of Super. So rate, comment, subscribe, let me know what you thought about the episode, and I'll see you in the next one.